Welcome back to Automotive Blockchain, where we're bringing you blockchain and crypto related news as it pertains to the automotive industry. I want to just take a quick moment to thank all of you who have viewed the video I did for Volkswagen and IOTA. It is my first video that I've done for this very young channel where with your help of just views that it has at this point in time over 450 views. So thank you very much for all those who have viewed it and for all of those who have subscribed. So that being said, today we are going to be talking about Porsche. Some of the news that has just come out recently with respects to Stellar is just, well, quite frankly, some stellar news. So here we are, first article. Porsche introduces blockchain to cars. This is from 2018. I'm giving you a background because it's just one of those things about the automotive industry. You'll hear something, then quiet time will happen, and then you'll hear something else. So understanding the background of what the manufacturers are doing is going to be quite important. And not just for you out there who are really in the know.
I swear to God, I'm smart.
And following blockchain technologies and cryptocurrencies, but also for you out there who are going to be the dealerships and the people who are working what I'll call boots on the ground and customer facing. Those particular people, I'm going back in time for you to let you know that these are things that are going on. So Porsche is introducing blockchain to cars. And as you can see here, I'm not going to read this entire article. I am going to have links in the description so you can go ahead and dig into it yourself. You can geek out if you so please.
Geek!
But here we go. So the transactions based on this technology are both secure and can be processed far more quickly than anything that has come before. The applications tested including locking and unlocking the vehicle via an application. I would like all of you to just pause for a minute. If you like doing partial shares of, let's say, antique goods or partial share of vehicles, ownership of vehicles, definitely stay tuned. Listen to the entire video. So moving on, now let's just scroll down real quick and talk about the services are fast and secure. Well, they're talking about taking 1.6 seconds. The process of opening and closing a car via the app is up 6 times faster than before. So this particular, the reason why they're looking at this is because, well, for example, access given an authorization can be distributed digitally and securely and can be monitored by the vehicle owner. And how this becomes important? Well, as it reads in here and in other articles that Volkswagen Group puts out, they're looking at being able to enable third parties such as parcel delivery people to be able to make deliveries inside your vehicle. You'd temporarily unlock it, they would put the packages in, and then would lock back up. So that is a common thing that I've noticed in these articles. Let's move forward in time. Going ahead 1.5 years later, again, Porsche invests in blockchain startups to secure car data and access. So in the previous article, we were talking about locking and unlocking cars. Let's look at it deeper into the application side. Again, not going to go through the entire article. Link will be in the description below, so you can dig into that. But this was back in June 27th of 2019, a little bit of the history. So they're looking at protecting vehicle data. So known for its premium and sports cars. Basically, they're saying that in 2018, they sold 256,255 vehicles in 2018 alone, generating 25.8 billion in revenue. So what their goal is, the company is investing heavily into technology such as blockchain and AI, and they're looking for some solutions in that. So the backbone of some of those solutions are vehicle history on the blockchain. So with them, today, and meaning in 2018, the strategic investment portfolio of Porsche includes over 50 startups. Gapless is one of those startups. And who is Gapless? We'll get into them a lot more in depth in just a few moments, but a quick kind of synopsis. Gapless offers drivers an opportunity to digitally manage all information about all their cars. Key thing, about all their cars, including those previously owned. This may include the entire history of vehicles with photos, attachment of documents for each of their cars. Let's pause for a minute, blockchain family. So when you think about the used car market, One of the key things that you can think of is, one, fraudulent odometers. If you're going out there and you're trying to buy a car and you're wondering to yourself, is the odometer accurate? Well, all of that could be locked up into a smart contract and then subsequently stored within that particular vehicle data right on the blockchain. The second thing about that is that if there was ever any dings or dents on the vehicle in past and a person perhaps tried to knock them out.
I sold a car the other day. Holy cow. No worries. I get a sledgehammer and knock this right out.
And then before they were to sell them, that could also be on the record in the blockchain. So it's one of those things where if you were walking up to a car lot and you wanted to know if that vehicle had been in any accidents, and perhaps the dealership, who is less than honest, would say no, that it hasn't. This kind of helps prevent some of that from happening, because in the blockchain could be the pictures of that vehicle with dings or whatever. Not only that, but it could also have other useful feature in managing appointments, such as with the garage or servicing facility, so that you could get notifications. So at the servicing facility, you could literally have the information about the vehicle's history, whether it used OEM parts or whether other types of parts were put into the vehicle. So that kind of gives you an idea right there. It gives some pictures of what the app could look like. Again, I will get into that in just a second, but what I want to show you is just this down here about the blockchain-based parking payments. So as I mentioned before, XAIN was one of the companies that they were working with unlocking cars. This part of the blockchain, they're looking at parking payments. So the work of this project has been carried out by Tiziana and Matthias of Porsche's development team, together with Quantos, a Dutch blockchain specialist, and this particular person, Matthias Falkenberg. Now, I like Matthias Falkenberg for a quote that he's about to say in a few moments here, and this is one of the things that I want you to kind of notice in. So we'll get to that in less than 25 seconds. So, a Munich area-based company. The main goal of the prototype was to make the process of paying parking fees easier and faster for drivers, ensuring the adoption of a cashless, keyword, cashless economy across the automotive industry. So what is this quote that Matthias Falkenberg is doing? And this is where it all starts to come into play. Look closely. Falkenberg states, "We decided on the Stellar blockchain protocol, which can handle 1,000 transactions per second. This was more than enough to bill for parking tickets in the context of our evaluation of the blockchain technology." So one of the problems that they were finding is that it would take too long for processing of payments. But here's what it is, so you can get an idea. So for drivers, the process is triggered via RFID cards identified at the entrance gateways when coming into a parking lot and leaving it. After that, the data is sent to the car park terminal. The fee is calculated automatically and then paid via a virtual blockchain wallet designed by a user. In such system, Porsche acts as the intermediary that collects the money from the customers and transfers them to the parking authority on behalf of the drivers. So that in itself is awesome. And just think about that as it pertains to whether you're parking your car and you just want to leave the keys with somebody, or it's your autonomously driven vehicle or semi-autonomous driven vehicle. You could pull it up to the garage, get out, go to your meal, go to your meeting, and the car will go park itself, pay for the parking, all that kind of stuff, such as find the parking spot in the garage that it needs to go to, park itself, and you're already inside. And all the parking is already paid, etc. You can also consider it as smart meters. So the RFID chips will, because they are proximity sensitive, they could be pulling up to a meter on the street that also has a RFID receiver on it, and they would be able to pick up what your car has, your RFID chip in your car, and then be able to pay for the parking there, and automatically just as time goes on, be able to do those micro transactions right there in the street. So there's no more going onto your app and making sure that you have to update your payment parking app, etc. So the technology is emerging, and it's going to be a fun time. So as I mentioned before, this article was back in 2019, around June. For those of you that want to geek out, the links will be in the description about this and secure car access and data sharing. Moving forward, though, this is where things become interesting. So, I'm going to go back to Falkenberg's quote. We decided on Stellar Blockchain Protocol. Who is Stellar? Well, going to their website, Stellar was made to support the digital representation of any currency, but it also has its own built-in token called a lumen, created to fill a special role in the network. So why is that lumen there? The need for the lumens arose out of the fundamental design of the Stellar ledger. Simply put, it was too easy. Here's the interesting thing about this, okay? So, without some nominal barrier or cost, the ledger could become filled with spam or nonsense, or used as a kind of arbitrary database. These outcomes would defeat the intent behind Stellar, which is to be a fast, efficient payment system. So to solve this, we needed to introduce just the slightest bit of friction to deter bad and frivolous actors, imposing minimum balance of each account in a very small transaction. So what is that minimum? Well, basically 1 lumen. So you get the idea there. So that is who Stellar is. Stellar is there to basically do the transactions of the money. Now, I want to bring out something extremely important in this, and this is one of the reasons why I hodl on Stellar. Yes, I do. And here's the thing, everyone out there, blockchain family. I am not in any form or in any way giving any type of financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just letting you know this is what I do. And one of the reasons why I like Stellar is because of this. This little paragraph right here, as you can read. And Stellar is a universal system for digital money. We could have allowed people to pay these costs in dollars, pesos, yuan, or anything else, but we felt none of these were appropriate. First, we didn't want the network to prefer any particular national currency. Ding, ding, ding for me. If Stellar used dollars, say, then the network prices would stay fixed for Americans, but float for everyone else. So I want to congratulate Stellar on thinking global, just like Ripple is thinking global. They want to be able to transact globally. So even more, we wanted to create a digital-first asset that embraces the openness and of the internet, and it's independent of economic and political factors. So that right there was one of the reasons why I decided to start digging in and stashing away at hodl my Stellar. Now, so that gives you an idea about them. You can read up on that at your own time. But what are they doing right now? So a little bit about them as it pertains to where they have come from, okay? So this is Stellar, and at the point in time of me recording this, it is right at about 10 cents, okay? So if you scroll down here, you can see, I'm just gonna go ahead and click the 1 month over here on the chart, so you can kind of get an idea. So if you were to just literally 1 month ago, 30 days ago, if you would have said, you know what, I want to go ahead and I want to invest in Stellar, it was right about 7 cents. So you can see 0.071 of a cent. Okay, and as you can see, the date of this is literally at basically 10 cents. So you would have gone up, what is that, like 40%? You would have had a 40% gain in your investment. Overall from the 7 cents on up to the 10 cents. That's kind of nice. So it is on the move, but in my personal opinion, once again, not any type of financial advisor, Stellar is undervalued substantially. Even if you were to consider it, in comparisons to Ripple. Now, Ripple, yes, it has a larger market cap. I get it. I understand. But when you could look at it from a perspective of overall use cases, Stellar is definitely in the likes of Ripple, in my opinion. But that being said, coin market cap, there we go, should drink some water, does have a little bit more information over here on Stellar, and you can go ahead and read on that. But Stellar was co-founded by former lawyer Joyce Kim and Jay McCaleb in 2014. Please keep this in mind, okay? McCaleb is also the founder of the now defunct Mt. Gox exchange and the co-founder of Ripple. McCaleb is the co-founder of Ripple. So some of the information, the knowledge that he gained from over in that experience, he took over to Stellar, obviously. There you go. So that is where they're at. Now, I just wanted to kind of throw in there the following. for all of you that are really thinking about where Stellar is going and what is happening with them, this news just came out recently of July 15th, so we're talking about just the other day. Samsung doubles down on crypto with support for payment blockchain Stellar. So Samsung is going to start using blockchain in their phones. I kind of like this Samsung blockchain logo. It has that wonderful benzene ring with the key. And I know some of you science geeks out there, you're going to say it's not really a benzene ring because it has to have a double bond. I get it, but I call it the benzene ring. So here it is. The integration will allow Samsung device users to be able to securely store private keys associated with their Stellar blockchain wallet. So now you're incorporating the wallet into the Samsung phone. This solves what has traditionally been a challenging part of the blockchain user experience, which is the ability to manage private keys in a secure manner. Typically, the more secure the solution, the more challenging experience it is for the user. And you're not kidding about that. So you guys can read that in the description below. I'm just going to take a quick kind of distraction note, a scroll note. Take a look at these most popular notes in here because you might find them of interest, and you can look into those. Let's go on back to Porsche. All right. So what else with Porsche? Also in the news, I mentioned I was going to get in the Gapless, and I'm telling you, this is about to get wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. So Porsche-backed Gapless raises $6 million for its vehicle management blockchain. Vehicle management blockchain. This is 3 months ago. It's from Ledger Insights, but I wanted to just show you this real quick. So the solution essentially digitizes vehicle documents such as ownership, insurance, and warranty. Moreover, the application has logs of nearly all vehicle brands, makes, monitors, product recalls, so it can notify users. I repeat, including recalls. So the solution essentially digitizes vehicle documents such as ownership, insurance, warranty. So now all of those individual smart contracts can be kind of compiled and then pushed onto this particular application. So the application has logs for nearly all vehicle brands. So you can keep track of all of your vehicles on one application. And that includes all of the servicing, etc. If there are recalls, you can keep track of that. So when registering a car on the app, users need to furnish their vehicle identification number, which is that 17-digit ID. And that's what they would need to do. So with blockchain at the back end, the document storage becomes easier for the vehicle. Let's just get a pause real quick. Who hates sitting in a DMV? For all of my, all of my viewers out there over in Europe, Germany, if you have anything equivalent to a DMV, I'm very sorry, and my heart goes out to you, because DMVs here in the United States, they can be atrocious. So, a problem with classic vehicles is that documents may get lost, which makes it difficult to prove ownership. On the other hand, and this is the key part, the app also records the odometer readings of vehicles, which means potential buyers might have more trust in the cars on the platform. The feature also, along with Value Tracker, enables owners to provide extensive report on their vehicle when they are selling it. This report will also include vehicle history, information such as previous owners, etc. So I say this again, it would be awesome if you knew that the vehicle had official parts recommended, OEM parts, versus, let's say, secondhand parts inside the vehicle. The question would be then, and this is just a hypothetical, is the pre-owned market going to be able to start really validating the use cases of, you know what, my car is worth more because it has the parts in it that it's supposed to. And how do you know that? Because I've had this pre-owned car, keyword pre-owned car, for 5 years, and I've made sure I've taken it over to the dealership, or I've made sure that the parts that were installed in it at my personal mechanic, made sure that person put in the OEM recommended parts. So that would be an awesome thing, because all of that could be tied onto the blockchain. So let's get a little bit more into Gapless, and here comes the drum roll for this. All right, users, Gapless has numerous features. Based on the make of your car and other information in it, gives maintenance reminders to the vehicle owners. Users can also add photos, spare part details, aftermarket customizations of their vehicles on the platform. That is awesome. So, I just wanted to kind of bring that out, and I'm going to pause right there and give another distraction for you because it kind of makes me chuckle over here on the right-hand side. How in the world are you gonna how blockchain is driving rural electrification and sustainable development? How are you going to electrify people and sustain them at the same time? It's just something that funny that just popped in my head. How are you going to electrify somebody and sustain them at the same time? Anyway, so Gapless. What is the App Store saying about Gapless? So you can go to the App Store and it gives you an idea of what it is all about. Gapless is to control your center of your ownership, or control center for your car ownership. But let's go over to the Gapless website. If you are still tuning into this, I'm telling you, you will want to follow up on this. So Gapless, get a full vehicle history report in seconds. Discover the truth about any car. And then you can put all the, and it says here that you can view a sample report. So here is the sample report. This could be the report of your vehicle per se. So it gives you the year information, the capacity, fuel capacity, or excuse me, the engine capacity, transmission type, etc. With a number of doors on it, as well as the anti-brake system steering. It goes on and on with the registration history to make sure that your vehicle is registered, and gives that record in there, and also includes the odometer records and the dates of which are associated with that. So all of that could be stored in the blockchain, as well as title checks. So this is awesome. I love it. And it gives a lot more information from there. So that is Gapless. But there is one other thing about Gapless that I hope you're still tuned in for. And that is a little bit about Gapless Invest. So when you go to Gapless Invest, and I don't work for Gapless, I'm not sponsored by Gapless, I just look at this and I say this is awesome. So invest like a world-class collector. Get ready to rumble on this one, people. Here we go. A platform that turns classic cars and other collectibles into stocks. Anyone can invest in an asset that delivers reliable returns. All you need is £50 to get started. So look at this. Let's go ahead and explore the investments in a second. So how it works. Gapless invests, finds, certifies, and acquires an asset that we believe will appreciate in value. Second step. Divide into shares. Based on the range of factors, like the asset's current value, we split into equity shares. Then we publish an offering on the Gapless Invest, so investors of all sizes, which means you, me, and not just maybe the more affluent people, but hey, you know what? We love the affluent people as well. This is much like an IPO on a stock. Trading days. On designated trading days, investors can choose to sell their shares or buy more. I love it. But here is the awesome part that just kind of brings this up a level. Clicking on that. Bam! What do you see in spot number 1 right here? Nike X Off-White Jordan 1 Chicago's. I'm just here. I was blown away when I saw this. So you could become a partial owner of this reserved pair of Nike X Off-White Jordan 1 Chicago's. And it gives more information on that. You can also become partial owners on a number of different things, such as this Porsche 911S 2.0. And you can get all the information on that. The Porsche Turbo 964. So you get that information there. You can explore, you can reserve. So, hey everyone, I just wanted to reach out to you and say, hey, thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like it at the bottom. Don't forget to ring that bell. Please comment as you will. Tell me what you think. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.